So it looks like we know who the next He-Man is going to be. And shockingly, it's not Adam. Surprising to nobody that's actually watched it, Masters of the Universe Revelation has been nothing but a huge disappointment. As you can see from the audience score, nothing has really changed over there as it sits at 38%. There's a lot of tomfoolery going around with this too. By the way, it looks like they might have deleted some reviews and locked some people out or changed the reviews. I can't prove that, but a lot of people are talking about it. Someone, I'm sure, will really look into this. Now, another interesting thing that's popped up over the weekend is the fact that the show has disappeared from Netflix's top 10. This isn't that much of a surprise because the show is terrible and it pissed off its entire fan base. But you reap what you sow, Kevin Smith and Netflix. So the show's gone. Nobody's watching it anymore. Your little bait and switch idea, all it did was make people angry. And when you did that, you got a little bit of exposure. Some people watched it and then never came back. Now, I can't wait to see part 2 because part 2, I think it'll make the top 10, but it's not going to debut in the top 5 or 6. I don't remember exactly where Masters of the Universe was when it first came out, but no one's going to jump in on that show anymore. Faith in it is lost, and I'm going to show you why that's going to keep being the case, because they've once again slipped up and spoiled the show for themselves. So we got this from Newsweek. I play the first black woman in Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe Revelation. Now, this isn't the topic. The topic is the fact that she's probably going to be the next He-Man, like Clownfish predicted. And that'd be funny. They once again would be right. Because Kevin Smith, maybe Kevin Smith has learned and he won't come out and say anything this time. But here's an interview with Tiffany Smith, who talks about her experience with the show. And that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is this little paragraph and what it means. So check this out. Not long after an audition for Masters of the Universe Revelation came up, I did the audition, but I didn't want to reach out to Kevin or anything. I really wanted my work to speak for itself. I remember at the end of the audition, I had to say the iconic "I have the power" line. So I pulled my lightsaber off the wall, because yes, I have to, and raised it over my head as I said the line. I realized they'd think it was either super cool or go yeesh. Thankfully, a couple of weeks later, I got a call saying I had booked the role of Andrea. Now, isn't it interesting that one of the lines Andrea has to say is, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power," and becomes He-Man? Now, the theory is, at least I'm going to give it to, as far as I know, it's Clownfish TV that had this theory. It's that Andrea is going to rise up and become the new champion. And of course, Tila is going to become the sorceress. And I think this is likely 90% true after reading this. Now, this could have all just been a part of the audition. That's very true. It might be nothing. But if you line up the progressive stuff for this show and the way they make men kneel and bow down to the power of women, it really wouldn't be that crazy to me if Prince Adam steps aside and the new champion is Andrea. And her and Tila can live in Castle Grayskull together and just be a happy family. I think that it's likely true. In fact, I bet you it's 90. I'm going to change it. It's 95% true. I'll leave a little bit of 5% of the doubt. But you know what? after seeing everything go down with this and the way Kevin Smith's acting now, I bet you it's true. And that he's really, we're gonna go with this. Okay, whatever. So that's the end of well, no, He-Man's coming back now, and I showed this in a previous video, but the CGI He-Man show has He-Man back front and center. His name is even in the title. It's He-Man, Masters of the Universe. So, a new reboot gives everybody traditional He-Man, but the show that's supposed to continue the original OG series, He-Man is bastardized. So, what are you doing? What a dumb idea all this was. And I bet you, I really wish I could tell how the toys are selling. I really wish that I had those numbers, and we could really break that down, because I still predict that at the initial wave, the first time they went out, they sold out because everyone was hyped. And then they decided to bait and switch. And then when they restocked toys, I bet you they didn't sell as well. And you really need to travel to a couple of stores and check to see if that's true. But from what people say, the only one that sells is the retro Evil Lynn and the sweet looking one, the $20 toys that are a little bit more well articulated, not the retro ones. So I can't confirm if that's true or not. I just have a sneaking suspicion that it is. So the other thing that I just wanted to talk about was Netflix coming out and saying that they wanted to give Teela a realistic, muscular perspective. And it was inspired by Gal Gadot. This looks nothing like Gal Gadot. She looks more like Abby from The Last of Us Part 2. And they were running around saying, oh, it's breaking gender norms and all this stuff on their account. When women are often drawn unrealistically in the forms of media, yeah, it really is important that realism is included in the actual character design. And they were talking about her legs and stuff. Like look at these cosplaying women. Once again, doing it better than the actual product. Now, here's the funny thing. So, MJ Tanner on Twitter responded to somebody that said this. You're defending this, a cartoon with proportionally long legs made to sexualize her? How is your position not sexist? I respect the original design, but what it is for what it is, but I'm not going to get butthurt over it. How I don't give a crap about Lola Bunny. It's a redesign, grow up. And then MJ Tanner responds with, for the record, Filmation used retroscoping. He-Man, Skeletor, and yes, Teela are all real people drawn over. Here's an image of the team and its actors. It's iconic that they said they wanted to make Revelation more realistic when they already were realistic. And here is the cast right here. And yes, here's Teela with long legs too, by the way, that apparently don't exist. Because women, they don't have long legs. So there you go. There you go. Funny. Yeah, nothing realistic there. These people, man. So that was a hell of a slam dunk by MJ Tanner. And, these clowns run around here saying this. So it's so, if you're like a woman with long legs, how does it feel to be told that you don't exist and you're not realistic? I don't really think this thing through, Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.